Hi, today I'm reviewing the Canmake Mermaid UV Sunscreen. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobiusbeauty.com, check out my Patreon community, or click on the Amazon link below. Okay, so today's Beanie Baby is... which one was it? This one. Because I thought this one kind of looked like a mermaid, and I'm reviewing the mermaid gel. So this one's for BK. Okay. So I've been excited to review this sunscreen. From the very first day I tried it, I was so excited. I wanted to get my review done, but had to test it out, take my time, because you never know when you test things out for a month. Sometimes you don't end up liking it as much as you did the first time you used it. Typically not very often, but sometimes. So, okay, so Canmake says about this: splash! Feel as fresh as a mermaid princess. Powerful yet delectably moist, SPF 50 PA++++. Smooth gel without the roughness or stickiness characteristic of most sunscreens, recommended for those who prefer a light, refreshing sunscreen. Splash it on like a facial lotion. Also serves as a makeup base. Gel breaks down into watery texture as you smooth it over your skin. After using face wash, this is all you need to complete skincare and UV protection. Can also be used after your usual facial lotion and other skincare products, which is usually the way to go. Okay, so my first criteria is packaging, and it's got cute packaging. The bottle looks smaller, but I think it's got 40 milliliters in there, which is like 1.3 ounces, I want to say. 1.41 ounces. I'm getting good off the top of my head. So it does look a little bit smaller, but it's a average size product, so no issues with that. I do like the design of it. It's cute. In terms of denatured or drying types of alcohol, this does not contain any of that, so that is always a very good thing, especially for sensitive skin and chemical sunscreens. And then when we come down to fragrance, this has no fragrance ingredients. It does have a very, 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 very light vanilla almost scent to it, which is probably from one of the ingredients. But other than that, it doesn't have any real noticeable scent, and that dissipates almost immediately. The manufacturing location for this one is Korea, so no issues with that. They make some of the best sunscreen, especially if you live in the US. They're great. Okay, SPF, which is the protection from UVB, the tanning rays. This one has 50 plus, which generally indicates it's 50 and even better than 50. And for me, in my opinion, I recommend you use at least an SPF of 30 every single day. So the fact that this one is 50 makes it a little bit better. So this one might be a better one for if you're going to be outside a little bit. 50 is the way to go, in my opinion. Then we've got the UVA protection factor. This one has PA with 4 pluses, which is the most you can get. There are a lot that only have 3 pluses, but in certain countries, 3 plus is the highest you can get. I don't know why there's not like almost a universal system, but of course we can't make it that easy for anybody, right? So the PA with 4 pluses generally means it has a PPD of 16 plus, but this brand Canmake has not released the official PPD, which stands for Persistent Pigment Darkening. They haven't released it to the public, which is annoying to me. I just wish everyone would be very transparent about it. Given the filters that they use in this one, I do expect that this gives at least very, very good UVA coverage. UVA are the rays that wrinkle you and give you skin damage and things like that, so you really want to protect yourself from them as absolutely much as possible, especially more if you use retinols and acids in your routine. Okay, then we get to the filters used in this one. And we've got a nice arrangement of chemical and mineral filters. So the first one we've got is Uvinal MC80, which is a clear oil-soluble, considered a cosmetically elegant liquid that is most commonly used in chemical sunscreens, which absorbs UVB rays, which are the rays that burn you. Then we've got Uvinal A+, which is a UVA ray absorber. UVA rays are the ones that wrinkle you. Zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is a great filter. It's super safe for almost everybody. Zinc is used in a lot of healing formulas and like diaper rash things, and it's a great because it's broad spectrum. It blocks and reflects rays, and it protects against UVB, UVA2, and UVA1. So it's considered to be the broadest range sunscreen filter available. It's very highly stable as well. So much so, which I just said, that zinc oxide also counts as a skin protectant and anti-irritant. Man, did I know that was coming or what? Okay, then we've got titanium dioxide, another UVA and UVB ray blocker or reflector. Gives nice broad spectrum coverage, highly stable, very good protection, UVB and UVA2, and a little bit in the UVA1 range. So regular size titanium dioxide has a great safety profile. And then finally we've got Tinosorb S, which is a very photostable filter which absorbs both UVB and UVA rays. So it's done a very nice job. It has a combination chemical, mineral, and it does a great job. Overall, I'm very happy with the filters that this sunscreen used. Then we get to White Cast. And they have a couple versions of this. One which is a clear product. This is the clear one. Then they have one that gives kind of a pearl radiant finish. I picked the one that is clear, and it is pretty much invisible. There you go. Isn't that nice? And it is nicely hydrating. So there you go. You can see it compared to my other hand. Invisible, totally. Very nice. So those who hate sunscreens, this is one I'd recommend you try, because there's a lot of sunscreen haters out there, and you've probably used some of the ones from CeraVe, which are awful. But this one, if you hate sunscreen, it's probably one of the highest recommendations I would give to one. So texture for this one is lotiony texture. It takes a moment to absorb, and it sets to a natural, not matte, not shiny look. Although I have a feeling the one with the pearl finish might have a shimmery finish to it. Once it soaks in, it is very, very slightly tacky, not super bad. And the more it absorbs throughout the day, it gets less and less tacky. But if you apply foundation over it, it's not going to be much issue, or a powder, or even if you're a gentleman, I don't think this slightly tackiness is of a big concern, because it's not as tacky as some other ones which are very sticky. So okay, ease of use. So this one smooths over skin nicely, absorbs quickly, it doesn't pill. You can use it with other products in your routine, and it works very nicely. It doesn't pill with anything. You can apply foundation over it, and it doesn't end up looking greasy at the end of the day, or it doesn't highlight dry patches like some sunscreens. There's some sunscreens that are so picky that if you have dry skin or dry patches or oily skin, it doesn't work for any of those people. It's like only works for normal skin. The Alta MD Elements SPF 46 is one of those, where it's like if you have any dry patches, it's going to accentuate them, and if you have any oily skin, it's going to accentuate that. It was like nobody can use it except for the most perfect person, which probably doesn't even exist. So this one works great for all of it. It also works well as a primer for foundation, but you don't even need to use a foundation to just enjoy its benefits. So very easy to use. Much easier than a lot of other sunscreens, which can be kind of picky to use, or just high maintenance. Okay, antioxidants and beneficial ingredients in this one. This one's got a lot of hydrating and slip ingredients, which do make it nice. So if you have oilier skin, you might not need to use your moisturizer with this one. Otherwise, there's still a good, impressive list of beneficial ingredients in this one. We've got jojoba esters, which is a great hydrating ingredient. Arginine, good skin conditioning and hydrating ingredient. Hyaluronic acid, everyone knows about that. A great humectant and hydrating ingredient. Alpha-Glucan, which is a good prebiotic skin conditioning ingredient. If you don't have any pre or probiotics in your routine, I would recommend you add them in, especially if you have skin barrier issues or acne. Pre and probiotics can really do a lot of good for those conditions. Then we've got Saxifraga sarmentosa extract, which I have never seen in a product up until this today. there's not a ton of information out there. I've just heard rumors that people think it has potential anti-inflammatory effects. Then we've got glucosylceramide, which is a lipid, skin conditioning, and hydrating ingredient. It also helps as a building base for skin tissue, kind of building blocks. And then Jobs Tears, which is also something people cook and eat. I had no idea. I've talked about this. I think it's been in it's a K-beauty ingredient that traces back to Chinese traditional medicine. It's rich in niacin and other minerals. It also can help brighten skin and help even skin tone, and even help with anti-aging. And then a few more, which come towards the end of the ingredient list. We've got evening primrose, bilberry, mallow, and artichoke. So very impressive list of beneficial ingredients. They really did a good job with this one. Then we come to acnegenic ingredients, and there is a few to be aware of for acnegenic and fungal acne-prone skin. We've got lauric acid, dimethicone, Cyclopentasiloxane. I don't even know how to say that one. Cyclopentasiloxane. Somebody will correct me, I know. Even if I don't ask, I know someone will correct me, so. And then castor oil and stearic acid. So not a long list, but there are a few, so be aware of that. Then we get to animal testing, and Canmake does not test in animals. They only sell online in China, which does not trigger animal testing requirements. Only products that are physically sold in stores have that requirement. Although somebody emailed them and asked them about their animal testing status, and they don't test on them, but they say they might use animal tested ingredients in the future, but don't currently. So they're trying to cover themselves, which I totally understand. They want to leave themselves open to whatever they might want to do in the future, which I get. Don't want to block yourself into a corner just because who knows? Who knows what tomorrow will hold? Who knows what 2020, the rest of 2020 will hold? I don't know. I couldn't have predicted this in a million years. Performance. I love this one. I think you guys probably can tell. It prevents very well for preventing sun damage. Wears well throughout the day. It's very easy to remove at the end of the day. It doesn't leave skin looking or feeling like you're wearing sunscreen, and at the end of the day you just look like normal. You don't look greasy or dry. It just kind of, to me, it just feels like another layer of moisturizer, really, which makes it, that to me is what makes a great sunscreen, when it doesn't feel like a sunscreen, what people think of sunscreens. So it makes it very impressive for me. Okay, so price. So the bottle is just a wee bit smaller than the average product. It's 40 milliliters, which is 1.41 ounces. And it retails around $13, so it's not overly expensive. It's about 33 cents a milliliter, making it an affordable option, even though the bottle is small. Honestly, for me, I'd rather have a smaller sunscreen bottle, because they go bad so fast anyway. I'd rather have a smaller bottle for less money than get a giant bottle that I'm probably not going to be able to finish anyway. Although this one I love, I know I'm going to finish this one. So very affordable. Okay, so overall, with 15 being a perfect score, this one got a 14, which is pretty darn good, making it one of the best sunscreens I've reviewed since the start of my channel, I will say. So if you still haven't been able to find a great sunscreen, I recommend checking this one out highly. And I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you've had a chance to try this one out yet. And if you have, what your thoughts are, so definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.